But final segment together here on episode 162 of Stats Over Politics. Kaz, I really appreciate you for joining me tonight. As we get to our final NFL topic, as we alluded to it, the Titans fired their head coach, Brian Callahan, after just over a season, like 20-something games into his tenure at the helm of the Titans. What was your reaction to this, Kaz?
I mean, it's kind of what happens when your team loses. I gotta sneeze 1 second.
Yeah, no, well, the thing that I thought about it that I thought was kind of crazy is it just felt like they gave him a very short leash. Like you replace a guy in Mike Vrabel who gets you to an AFC championship game with Ryan Tannehill, and you replace him with Brian Callahan. I figured they would at least give Brian Callahan 2 to 3 years. Like, I was upset when the Patriots let go of Gerard Mayo after only a season. But when you have a guy like Mike Vrabel waiting in the wings, okay, you can justify that. But who's waiting for the Titans right now? Like, they have Mike McCoy, who is the interim coach now, and he's been recycled, and he people would say he is for the streets because he's been tossed around from organization to organization. And now that's your interim head coach. That's who you're replacing Callahan with. I was just surprised by the timing of it, because if you're going to let him go, do it at the end of the season. What is it going to benefit them to do it now? That was the thing that shocked me the most.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, like, you know, that's what good teams do or bad teams do. They fire coaches or whatever, but they do fire them, like you said, at the end of the season normally, unless they have an opportunity to win. It's like, you got to get the hell out of it right now, and they have the replacement ready. So this is how bad franchises stay bad. This is exactly how they jump the gun early. They don't give their teams time to build a rapport. You know, they don't give them time to develop a culture. Right now, Tennessee doesn't have a culture. They have a losing culture. They don't have a culture. You know, you think of like, you know, teams that's won in recent years. You know what Detroit's culture is. You know what Philadelphia's culture is. You know what the Buccaneers culture is. You know what I'm saying? You know what the Niners culture is. You know what the culture is. Tennessee is a very poorly ran organization. They had their moments. They've had guys there. They had the Derrick Henrys. You know, they had the AJ Browns and whatnot, you know, you can even throw Tannehill in there. You know, he was a solid quarterback. Was he a top quarterback in the NFL? No, but he was definitely a solid quarterback. Let's not look past that. You know, and at times they've had some decent defenses. So now they're in this weird rebuild-ish, like, what are we doing here? You know, it's what bad organizations do. This is a bonehead move. They're bad. I'm not surprised by it, but it's a bonehead move. What do you have to lose? What happens if you guys go on a 3 or 4 game win streak? You know what I mean? You guys did just beat Arizona. So
that's another reason why it shocked me. Like, if they were winless, okay, yeah, you say he can't win a game with our number 1 overall pick, but for them to have a comeback win like that on the road, and yeah, you lose to the Raiders, but it just really surprised me, and it just felt like he was the scapegoat, kind of as you were saying. That's what bad teams do, is they can't find an answer, so it's like this is what must be done.
Yeah, it's like the same issue that we're having in Philadelphia right now, where half the fans are like, get rid of Kevin Patullo. The other half is like, well, no, it's not that. Give him time. But it's like, if we get rid of him, we could find a new OC. I'm confident in that. Finding a new head coach, bro, like that's especially when there's nobody. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. I was just going to say that I think, as we talked about earlier in today's episode, the success that Mike Vrabel is quickly having in New England, I think that also is factoring in, because Titans ownership is probably like, we let this guy go for this guy, and that's what this is. Callahan is giving us this. And so I definitely think Mike Vrabel kind of influenced this decision too, even though it wasn't intentional on his part.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. It's just sometimes when organizations do shit like this, I'm just glad it ain't my team. You know, I'm just like, hey, you know, just go ahead, keep moving guys around and get rid of coaches, this and that. It's like you're gambling at that point. We're just trying to roll the dice and get some. It's like when Jacksonville went got Urban Meyer. It's like, oh, look what he did in college. It's like, you guys don't understand that there's bigger issues than that right now. Okay, there's bigger issues than that right now, and again, this is how bad teams stay bad. It starts at the front office. You know, there's a reason why Philadelphia has had the success that we've had in recent years. And I keep bringing my team up, but it's a team. It's what I know. The team I know best. You know, and even your front office, you guys have done a great job. Look at the guys you have on your team. That's what you do. That's how you
Brock
win.
Purdy. I gotta say, Brock Purdy saved our ass from going all in on Trey Lance.
And it's like, you know, you look at coaching. You know, you look at the Steelers. There's some Steelers fans out there that would say things like, "Man, we got to get rid of Tomlin." Why?
Stupid.
Well, what do you mean? You've never had a losing season. Do you know how fortunate you are? Stop being so bougie. Quit being greedy. Be happy. There are teams out there that have not had a winning season in years,
Raiders.
Like a lot of years. You know what I'm saying? So having a good coach is very important. And first off, having a good, you know, what do you want to call it, owner and or, you know, CEO or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Having a great front office is so important in the NFL. So important. Because even if it's not a matter of how, it's a matter of when. And you look at Philadelphia, it's kind of the same thing. We look back, and I mentioned earlier how, you know, we picked J.J. Arcega-Whiteside over DK Metcalf, but then if you look through the results of picking him over JJ or over DK, picking Jalen Reagor over, you know, Justin Jefferson, and seeing the turnout, it's like we can say all the hypotheticals of, well, it could have been this, it could have been that, but at the end of the day, it's like you can look at the trades and the moves we've made and the money we've saved and the guys and the defenses that we've built and the guys that we've paid and go, oh shit, we had DK and Jay Jettas? That ain't happening. And we don't know if that's going to result to a Super Bowl. So again, the front office is where it starts and where it ends. And right now, I don't know what the hell Tennessee's doing. No idea.
Yeah, I don't understand it either. And I think you really nailed it just as far as how we feel as Eagles and 49ers fans, because anytime that Kevin trolls me and he's like, oh, it's time to fire Kyle Shanahan, it's shit like this where I'm like, this is a prime example of why you don't. Not only what Kyle Shanahan has won with the guys that he has, specifically at quarterback, when you look at a Mac Jones or Jimmy Garoppolo, so on and so forth, but also it's like, as we talked about with Brian Callahan, okay, they fired him. Who are they going to replace him with? If you don't have a better replacement, then hold on to the guy that you have until you get a better replacement. And that's always my argument for why the 49ers need to hold on to Kyle Shanahan. And also he's arguably one of the best offensive minds in the game, period. Bare minimum, top 5, you could argue top 3. But because if the 49ers were to fire Kyle Shanahan, then they would end up in this revolving door cycle like the Tennessee Titans are in now that they let go of Mike Vrabel, because we as 49ers fans experienced this when Jim Harbaugh walked away. And then it was Chip Kelly and Jim Tomsula and all these scrubs that took over the organization before Kyle Shanahan got the opportunity. And so, yeah, I don't understand this move by the Titans, but, you know, it's not my team, not my problem.